Did The Boys kick off its final season with a bang? Well, let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I want to be a fighter, like you.
Oh, let it burn! Let it burn!
Did you miss me?
You have to shoot them in the head. They always come back.
The boat can leave now. Tell the crew.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Good luck.
Hey everybody, I'm Killjoy Jake. Today we're going to be talking about the first 2 episodes of Season 5 of The Boys, which have just dropped on Prime Video. If you like reviews on all things bloody and brutal, then make sure to like this video, subscribe, do all the things, press all the buttons. It would make old Jake here pretty damn happy. And you also get to see more crazy videos just like this. Thank you all so much for supporting the page and helping us get to 40,000 subs, which we are on the cusp of. Now let's get into the review. The Boys Season 5 takes place a year after the events of Season 4. The world is dominated by Homelander, and many Americans have fallen under his manipulative spell. Annie January has formed a resistance to Homelander, while the rest of the team is scattered. Billy Butcher reappears and gathers the boys to take down Homelander, ready to use a virus capable of wiping out all of the soups of the world. Season 5 carries that same anti-establishment punk rock spirit as the rest of the show that precedes it. There is a ton of vulgar humor and political satire on display here that this show is just known for now. I've always really loved how this show seamlessly weaves in real-world events into its own narrative. There's a few really good examples of this here, with Starlight internment camps being the main setting for episode 1, and the soup virus potentially being able to start a worldwide pandemic. The general vibe of Season 5 is that the world is in total shambles, and I think the majority of us can relate to that sentiment. Anthony Starr continues to shine as the mentally unstable Homelander. He's having a breakdown over people sharing memes defaming him, and he gets upset when people get nervous to be in the same room as him. This Superman's kryptonite is his desire to be well liked, and that's kind of a hard thing to do when you're fucking Homelander. I don't know, man. I think anyone who rounds up the people that disagree with them and puts them into conversion camps typically gets that kind of reputation. Starr purposefully portrays this character in a more obviously tyrannical way this season. I feel like that's in response to people looking to Homelander as some sort of role model, in a similar way to how a certain group of people have started idolizing Patrick Bateman. That whole thing about Homelander memes didn't just come out of nowhere. I feel like the whole point of this is to say, hey, you should not be rooting for this guy. He is not a good dude. Do not put him on a pedestal. Don't model your personality off of Homelander, or the Deep for that matter. Episode 1 is already getting into the absurdity of this show in some really ridiculous ways. We have a character here who burrows underground into the Homelander camps by eating soil and blowing it out of his ass. I'm also cracking up at some of Kamiko's lines this season that are caveman-esque. It was mentioned that she's been watching a lot of TikTok to be like in the know and see how people like actually talk. I had to hit pause because I was laughing so hard in the episode where she tells Frenchie that her vagina is tingly and damp with stern conviction. All of the praise for Karen Fukuhara for this ridiculous performance here. I was also cut off by the Dan Trachtenberg reference when Ashley's psychic twin on the back of her head starts talking about how a Danny Trachtenberg from her junior year of high school finger blasted her behind a Friendly's because he had Jamiroquai tickets. You might know the name Dan Trachtenberg from tackling the last 3 Predator films, but he actually directed the pilot for The Boys back in 2019. My favorite part of these 2 episodes, though, was everything going on with A-Train. Dude has undeniably completed his redemption arc by saving Huey from Homelander, which is kind of great because I feel like the first time we were really introduced to this character was when he was running down Huey's girlfriend.
I can't stop. I can't stop. Robin?
It leads to his death, however, where he tells Homelander he's not afraid of him before the blonde-headed, diarrhea-filled gravy boat snaps his neck. This season really hasn't been that subtle, and with purpose, I think, but in this little moment, I think they were able to kind of bring things down to earth for a second to do something really human and interesting. I think it's brilliant that you have A-Train saying all of this nasty stuff to Homelander, knowing that that's gonna cut through his shell. A-Train knows that he's going to die in this moment, but I think he also knows Homelander well enough that if he says something really hurtful here, it's going to stick with the guy and, well, hurt him from within. I also think A-Train just predicted the outcome of this final season with Homelander losing his powers. I mean, it would be way too good of a fate for this dude to just simply die, right? He deserves something a little worse than that, in my opinion, which I think is public scrutiny and losing his powers, not being able to do anything about it. That is quite literally hell on earth for that guy. It seems like the boys are gonna need more than that virus to take him down anyways, because at the end of episode 2, we see Soldier Boy getting up after becoming infected. My guess as of right now is that that this virus does kill supes, but for the strongest ones, like Soldier Boy and Homelander, it just simply takes away their powers. That's just my theory for now. We'll find out what the next chapter of this bad boy is on April 15th, which is next Wednesday. I will try my best to keep up with it and make these fun little review videos. How are you guys feeling about season 5 of The Boys so far? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.